Hey, welcome back everybody. So today we're in the shop and we are starting one of the most important parts of this truck. And that is block sanding the prime coat on here so we can get the seal coat on top of that. Now, the reason it's important is because if I don't get all the imperfections out of it and the sand marks of what I'm doing, it will show in the paint because the seal coat will go on top of that and it will actually show through in the color. So I've got to take my time on this, and it is time consuming, but that's kind of part of it, is trying to get this as perfect as I possibly can. Probably use 300 to 500 grit sandpaper on this, try to get it as smooth as a finish as at all possible so it'll lay down properly. So having said that, we got to get to work, folks, so stay tuned and we're going to get something done. So we had to stop a minute for the sanding. I've got a place I've got to address on the top, and you'll probably see me periodically going through and adding a little bit more prime to some of the thinner areas that may have a high spot or a low spot that we've sanded through, and I'm trying to get it built back up before the finish comes out smooth. So that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm getting ready to do, is go do a little quick spray on the roof of the truck and try to get the issue resolved with that, because I've already sanded it and prepped it again, and I really prepped it a little different this time. I kind of let it soak in a little bit to try to get some of the residual, whatever it is, embedded in the paint out, so that way I can get the primer surfacer to lay down a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing right now, so stay tuned and we're going to get this fixed. right, so if you guys been watching, you already know we had to go back and reprime a few areas so we could get a little bit more primer filler built up on that to try to get the imperfection out of the paint. Now, I've got the automotive glass guys that are coming here in just a minute that are going to replace the glass in this because it had a previous chip and a crack that was starting in the windshield. And honestly, if we're going to go through this extent on this truck, we might as well go ahead and replace the windshield in it. So if you guys want to hang tight, we will get that going and get a windshield in this thing. So we got the hood off. The reason I took the hood off is because it's a lot easier to do the finish work and stuff on the hood off the truck than it is actually on it. And I'm going to spray it off the truck and then assemble afterwards, simply because I just really can't reach the middle on the truck like that, because it's, you know, trying to do it on ladders just not going to come out the way I want it to. So I'm actually pulled it off. I'm going to do my work right here. I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to spray it right here in front of me like the way it is. It sits right here. But we did get it off. Like I said, it was a beast, but we got this sucker off there. I think this hood is probably like 150 pounds. So, you know, we packed it over here, and just trying to hold it to get it off was kind of a, you know, wrestle in itself. But we got it. I'm going to get this hood done. So stay tuned, and we'll get after this. can tell, we have got the seal coat on here, and you know what that means. It is almost time to put some color on this. Only thing I really got to do is let it dry really well. I usually let it dry for 24 hours, and I'll scuff it, and then I'll lay some color on it and clear coat. So we are awfully close, so stay tuned, and we are going to get some color on this hood. Alright, so I'm getting ready to lay the color down on this hood. So it mixes at a 1-to-1 ratio. And then for you folks that may not know, I'm going to show you what it is when we mix 1-to-1 ratio. Basically, if I use 5 parts of this, we just go up here and we meet the 5. So it's fairly simple on the paint. And the clear coat, I believe, is a 4-to-1 ratio. And we'll go over that when we get ready to do the clear coat. But right now, we're getting ready to get some color on this hood. So stay tuned, and we're going to make it red. So we got the color on it, now we got to go with the clear. Like I said, it mixes a 4-to-1 ratio, and we're going to show you how that works when we get into the cup, get everything filled up, and we're going to make this thing shine. So stay tuned. All right, folks, so we got the hood sprayed last night. We let it cure, and we're back here today. We're wet sanding the hood while I'm finishing some of the sand work on the truck. I've got Noah here behind me. He's going to wet sand it, and then we're going to buff it, and the hood should be completely done, and then we'll kind of move on to some of the other pieces that we've got here in the truck. So stay tuned, and we're going to try to get this thing really shiny. So folks, we have run out of time today, but if you've been watching, you know we have got a ton of stuff done on this truck, and we are getting so close. I'd actually hoped to had it color going on it, but it just, the sanding takes forever, and you know, by watching the video you understand, you know. But we've got the hood out of the way, I've got it cleaned, I got the pieces set up behind me. On the next episode, hopefully I'll be spraying those because I've got them hanging, and I've got one piece here I'm working on. So stay tuned, you're going to want to watch that because that's going to be a different color on one of them. But anyway, hey, if you like what we're doing, hit the like button, hit the bell so you never miss a notification when we got a new video coming out, and comment, let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.